Yo, what's up guys, my name's Nathan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be channeling my inner hoarder. I'm going to do some self-reflection on the things that I've bought recently that make me capitalism's biggest fan. I don't even know what I'm saying, to be honest. Basically, I'm going to go through my recent pickups, things that I've picked up in the last few months. I realise it's been quite a while since I did my last video, and I've actually got a very unevenly shaved head. So it must have been sometime in one of the many lockdowns, because I look different. And that's all we'll say on that. So this month, when I was actually getting the things ready to talk you through in this video, I realised that I've actually bought so many shoes in recent months and it's actually become quite problematic. I literally just got some posts yesterday and today of things that, I mean, I'm glad I got them, but we're going to talk about it anyway. So since we've got more shoes than anything else to talk through, I'm just going to go with those now because it's the most extensive and I think it's more so what you all like. I'm speaking for you, but that's fine. So starting off, we're going to do the Off-White Air Jordan 5. Not a silhouette I like. I stand by it. I do not like the Air Jordan 5. These, I didn't like when they first came out. I thought they were a bit lazy. Obviously referencing the metallics with the tongue. And obviously the colourway is just a sort of reconstructed version of that colourway. This is obviously the muslin colourway. I'm not too keen on the cream ones, but that's because I don't like I don't like Jordan 5s. But these, as time went on, I think are so clean. I do struggle to wear them sometimes, but I think that's just because I'm not used to wearing this silhouette. Super wearable though, good for like any weather. I think that's the main thing with these that I like. You can wear them in the rain, it doesn't really matter. And I got them for a steal of a price, in my opinion, for what the current rate of them was when I got them. So, yeah, great shoe. I'm a big, obviously, hater. I'm a big hater of Virgil, but I like these. I think these are great. Next up, we've got the... God, these are dusty. These are getting a lot of use in the British summer. So I posted a review on these not too long ago, so I'm not going to go too in depth with them. But this is the Reebok Zig 3D Hydro Storm by Evan Belforti and Ryan, can't remember his name, and all that crew. Basically, it's basically a super good shoe for the rain. Like I just said, I've been wearing them in the great British summers, getting a lot of wear out of them recently, particularly in the last few weeks, where I literally walked from Covent Garden to Carnaby to enter the in-store raffle for the Jordan 1 neutral greys. It was absolutely hammering it down, and there were so many Scottish people in London that it was just a clusterfuck of emotions. There were highs and lows. Basically, I was absolutely drenched, but my feet were dry. These are one of my favourite silhouettes and probably one of my favourite releases of the year so far. Maybe I'm not that big on all the other colourways, and it's quite a big thing for me to even like a triple black colourway. So it speaks volumes about the shoe. I hope these don't sort of kick off, because I'd love to buy some more quite easily. Next up, this is probably my regrettable purchase, but also I'm kind of glad I got them. These are the Fragment Beijing Dunk High. Obviously, this is staying true to the original, keeping it as a high. They're not just recycling it on a low, because that's what's trendy at the minute. And I think that's why these sat as much as they did. One thing that they haven't stayed true to the original with is obviously the alternate colorway on the left and right shoe, being a flip of each sort of panel. Quality on these is pretty shit, I gotta say. The toe box is like the most... I think this is the least square one, actually. Yeah, this one's terrible. That is like the most square toe box I've ever seen on like any shoe ever. The leather isn't particularly good. Ironically enough, the one thing I didn't like about this colorway when it first came out in that pack was the fact that they were mismatched. That was obviously the whole appeal of the pack, but I didn't like it. Always wanted to own these. Now that I've got them in hand, retail was super steep. I only paid retail for them. Thankfully, someone gave me a nice deal. And, I mean, I'm glad to have them. It's quite disappointing, but Yeah, good one for the collection. So next up is the Jordan 1 Low neutral grey. This is the OG shape, so it's not the 85 shape with the taller mudguard. One thing I will say about these is that they've got better leather than the 85s from what I've seen. They're actually pretty like supple leather. It's got some nice texture to it. I mean, it's just a good leather. The one thing that differs from the 2015 pair is obviously the swoosh is a lot smaller, and I know that pisses people off, but that's fine with me. I just wanted this pair. They're really comfortable. I've only worn them once. Already got some bobbling in the back, but it's not to say that the quality is terrible. I've walked in these for like 15 minutes and there's literally no creasing at all, so it speaks hopefully for the quality of the shoe. I mean, the Dunks I wore for about 2 minutes inside the house and they got the biggest creases ever. Like I said, super wearable shoe. This reminds me almost of just like your Club C. It's just one of those shoes you can wear with whatever, whenever you want. And for me, Jordan 1s are actually super comfy. So glad I got these. Actually, I'm not part of the Offspring community, but they glitched their website and they set it for next month, the release date, which meant that the manual cop of them shoes became a lot easier because they didn't raffle them or anything like that, and because they messed up and they didn't announce when they fixed it, I just used the Wi-Fi on a tube platform to get the neutral greys, and I noticed they've been getting restocked for ages. So I mean, that's good for anyone that wanted them. And that's it for shoes, I think. I don't think I've got anything else. Let's move on. So as with my last video, you'll notice that I have another pair of pleats. This time, so I was in the market for a proper pair of Issey Miyake pleats when I saw that there was like a 30% off sale. I had them in my basket. I was going around trying to get discount codes. I was trying everything that I could to basically secure a pair. And then I realised Zara have done an okay version of them for 25 quid. And I don't hold any grievances against Zara for this, because they aren't the same. They're not the same cut. The pleats aren't as good, but these have been super good when it's been hot, and I like how breathable and baggy they are. Where some pleats sort of taper, or you get that sort of stretched, more open pleat, not my kind of thing. And the ones that I've tried in the past were super skinny. Like, I haven't got that big like legs, but they were super skin tight, and I didn't like that. They're banging. They have an elasticated waist with like drawstrings and stuff, so it's actually a really good pair of trousers. And 25 quid compared to 330 or whatever it is for Issey Miyake. For me, that is a more intelligent use of my money. Next up, we have the Ronning fatigue pants. I've been getting a lot of wear out of these. Oh, I've got a mark on them. Oh well, these are absolutely fire. Wide leg. I mean, they're wider, but they're straight fit. They have this, I don't know whether it is herringbone, but it's almost, you can see it on camera, it's like a pleat, because the stitch goes up to the left, and then on the next bit it goes down to the right. So you get this sort of pinstripe pattern, and it's so good. I love the deep sort of pocket outline. Obviously pockets go to the bottom, but that sort of pocket outlines, obviously, I reckon it's a reference to army sort of fatigue pants. These are part of his everyday uniform collection, and I believe he said that he's going to be making sure that everything's restocked. Basically, as staple items, it's what he wants to do with it. It's the direction he wants to go with it. Make them staples and restock them all year round. So even if you can't get them right now, you'll be able to get them again soon. What should we do next? This I found funny. I'm not one for like quote t-shirts, even though that's one that I forgot. I'm not one for quote t-shirts, but I'm just going to show you two. This one is a vintage, forgot his name, Oscar Wilde. Yep, Oscar Wilde t-shirt. It's from like the 90s or something, I can't remember. It's not from 1882 like the date suggests. It just says, I have nothing to declare except my genius. I thought that was funny, and he actually made a proper roadman laugh. He looked quite threatening at first, and then he laughed and laughed at my t-shirt. So if it makes people laugh, that's fine. I got this from Burned Out. Just a great vintage shop online. And then the next quote t-shirt is this online ceramics teddy bear t-shirt. It says, if you're still searching for the one who can change your life, look in the mirror. Which has made a few people smile, but it's London, so they don't say anything. They just kind of go... But I'm joking. I've had a few people laugh at this. And also, a guy approaching you, like me, who has quite resting bitch face, to be wearing a big old teddy bear on a t-shirt, I feel like it helps with my own perception of self. It's just funny, innit? Last but not least, with t-shirts, we have... And forgive me if I'm forgetting something with Marilyn Manson, because I know there was a bit of a scandal and it's gone really quiet and I didn't know where I stood with it and I didn't know whether what I was buying really was bad. But I'm seeing it as I grew up with Marilyn Manson as a huge part of my life and character forming in terms of music and what I'm into and stuff like that. I've always wanted a Marilyn Manson t-shirt, and then my favourite one ever came up. This one is the Long Hard Road Out of Hell t-shirt. This one is dated. Can't work that out. I think it's 98. God, that is really hard to read. It says it's an XL, but it fits like a boxy, like cropped large. And the print's in such good condition to say it's like 22, 23 years old. But yeah, one of the best t-shirts I feel like he's released in terms of graphic for me, because it isn't too graphic. It's not saying like Jesus, fuck Jesus or something on the back like Cradle of Filth do. So that's a good one. Next up, another t-shirt. Another t-shirt from YouTube's very own. I washed this the other day and it's still kind of wet and creased, but you can all suck one because it's fine. This is a Violent t-shirt by Kofi from Unknown Vlogs. It wasn't something that I was ever interested in, but I like this sort of eggshell colour and this puff print, and I'm not seeing it as YouTube merch, because if I did, I'd feel terrible about myself. Again, I'm biggest Cole Buxton fanboy apparently at the minute. I mean, I'm not as bad as some people like dressing head to toe. I can't afford that. But this is the International Sweat in this lovely cobalt blue. The only thing is that is the logo. I did want... I'm not a logo kind of guy. But, I mean, I was. I don't feel like I am so much anymore. But... I feel like that speaks for a lot of people. I feel like that's subtle enough and it kind of looks like a school uniform from In-Betweeners, and I'm for that. Big sleeves, cropped body, looks good with a white t-shirt underneath, and you can wear it with anything. Like, you can't really go wrong with that. Retail's, like, it's more than a blue jumper would be from your uniform shop, but it is what it is. It's good quality and it's made by some nice guys, and that if it means paying to support those and get more of that, then that's cool. My last piece of clothing, really, before I do one accessory, is this Eliza hoodie, who is a guy called Jack Harper. He's done this new project called Eliza. It's a really interesting concept, but I'm not going to get into it because it's all on his Instagram. This is the Eliza logo basically overprinted onto the front pocket of a hoodie. This hoodie is actually really heavy. It's got such a nice, like, I can't get over the texture of it. It's like really thick, and he's got loads of like little bits like this that just like, they're, I don't know, they're just nice touches. It came with a tag with a playlist, QR code to a playlist, and the fit of it is super cropped. Again, in London, like, I was on the tube the other day and a guy asked me about this, and I think lockdown's really healed London in terms of sociability. A lot more people are willing to have a conversation now, which is really nice. Anyway, that's a good piece. All sold out now, so you ain't getting it. And then lastly, the piece that arrived today, which I'm kind of sad about, is this mowalola trucker hat. I was under the understanding that a brand that charges this much for a cap wouldn't use a £4 Beachfield cap, but they did. It's fine though. I mean, I'm a bit annoyed, but what can I do now? You know? I mean, I like it. It's obviously very Y2K. And yeah, whatever. I think I look like a Pokemon trainer in it, and that's what I wanted. So, other than that, I think the logo looks like Aphex Twin a little bit. That's very not true, but it kind of reminds me of it a little bit because of the geometric shape and everything. There we are. That's where we are. Also got glasses from Ace and Tate, but that. Bought this from DSM, which I haven't read. What artists wear. Other than that, I think that's about it. So I might just leave it there. I've got some records as well, but it's not too interesting. Cool. I'd better get back to work now. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!